we have 9 times 16, and we know how to multiply using the grid method, so we understand that we can partition 16 into 10 and 6, and then multiply 9 by 10 and 6, and then add up our answers. But now we're ready to move on to column method multiplication. So we start by writing our 2-digit number, then our multiplication symbol underneath and to the side, and then our single-digit number under the units digit of our 2-digit number. And then we can draw 2 lines, leaving enough space for us to write 2 numbers here, one below the other. So we start with 6 times 9, and that gives us 54. And it's important that we line up our place values. So the 5 is written in the tens column, and the 4 in the units column. Now we can move on to 1 times 9, but that 1 really stands for 110. So we can write 0 in our units column, and then answer 1 times 9, which is 9, so we have 90. Now we can find our total using column addition. 4 plus 0 is 4, and 5 plus 9 is 14. So we can write the 1 under the next place value column along, so under our hundreds, and our 4 in our tens column. So now we have nothing in our hundreds column apart from the 100 that we made from adding our tens. So we have 144. So now pause the video and see if you can explain how column multiplication is similar to grid method multiplication. So really, with the column method, we're still partitioning 16 because we multiply 9 by our 6 units and then by our 110. So we still get the same numbers, 54 and 90, so we get the same numbers that we have in our grid. And we still have to add those numbers to get our answer. So if you know how to multiply using the grid method, column multiplication is very similar, and most people find that they can answer a question more quickly using the column method. Now we have 5 times 23. So we know that we can partition 23 into 20 and 3, and then multiply 5 by 20 and 3, and then add up our answers. But if we want to use the column method, we can start with our 2-digit number, then we have our multiplication symbol, and then we have our single-digit number written underneath the units digit of our 2-digit number. So pause the video and see if you can multiply 23 by 5 using column addition. So we can start with 3 times 5, and that gives us 15. Now we can move on to 2 times 5, but we know that really that 2 stands for 2 tens. So we can write a 0 in our units column, and 2 times 5 is 10. So that gives us an answer of 100. So really, we've multiplied 2 tens, or 20, by 5 to get 100. So now, adding up our answers, we have 5, 1, and 1, so our answer is 115. Now we have 6 times 34. We know how to answer this question using the grid method. So now pause the video and see if you can answer 6 times 34 using column multiplication. We can write our 2-digit number first, then our multiplication symbol, and then our single-digit number. So we can start with 4 times 6, which is 24. And now we can move on to 3 times 6. But really, that 3 stands for 3 tens. So we write a 0 in our units column, and then we can answer 3 times 6, which is 18. So we have the answer to 30 times 6, which is 180. And we've lined up our place values, so now we can add using column addition to find our answer. 4 plus 0 is 4. 2 plus 8 is 10, so we can write a 1 under our hundreds column and a 0 in our tens column. Now we have 100 plus the 100 that we made by adding our tens, so we have 200s. So our answer is 204.